And welcome back everyone to another week, another broadcast here at the CranKy Ducklings, but to a new broadcast to the RSL, the rival StarCraft League Season 1 America's Server Qualifier. And I'm of course your host, Live VIP, with you. I'm joined by these amazing players, by the people in chat and battle flashes as well. Welcome one and all to our early morning broadcast, a little bit earlier than normal as well. But yes, we're here, we are back with the very first qualifier for the Revival StarCraft League. Shout out to those working behind the scenes in Korea. Shout out to Gemini, shout out to Taser, shout out to Ziggy, shout out to Stage, shout out to all those in Korea for bringing this all together. I believe there is a way to crowdfund the event. I believe there's a Patreon, and here we go. We are jumping into our first series of the broadcast. !B in the chat to get, if you guys want to have a look back yourselves. As a reminder, this is a server qualifier, so it is open to all regions, all shapes, all sizes, and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Ley Lines. We have the Italian Protoss player, the green Protoss, representing Bing Bong Esports. It is Azura. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the teal Protoss player from South Korea, representing among SE2 people. It is Prome. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is? It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat. For some greater context, we're here in the round of 32, and the winner of this series will advance on to round 16 to face off against Cham El Chamaco, baby. Guys, that's the goal. That's the plan, to follow this player, to follow the winner into Cham. Let's go, baby, let's go. Do you need a moment to set up Azura as well? Azura is a big Zound fan, of course. His name is a tribute to that as well. SMH my hedge. Hold on. Color as well. There we go. Beautiful. Whew. As we are going to be stepping in, and so far so good. So far we do have our Gate side room to expand, a more economic opener here by Azura. Meanwhile, Prome going 2 gate opener out of Prome, so Prome will have the option to respond to this with a 1 base all in. This is the max opener. This is quite greedy, this is very economic, and this can be punished, assuming that Prome knows what's going on. Prome across the map, no probe scout, 0 probe scout whatsoever. Prome, he's not concerned with what Azura's up to, so Prome doesn't know that Azura is vulnerable to something like an all-in or even a reactive all-in. Azura is searching it for proxies back across the map. The pylon was seen, the pylon was spotted, so no proxy pylon. Azura just being hyper safe, hyper concerned with what's happening, but we can see that Prome is playing standard, and Azura does get away. This is economy. Let's go. So Azura did cut some corners to go for a more economic, more greedy build, and Prome has no idea, so Prome doesn't know that he can punish. So we're just chilling back at home. Prome, he does open up Stalker Sentry, so he does go for his own Nexus, but again a faster Nexus for Azura. It's gonna be faster. Behind this, Azura pulling away, threatening a shade, gets eyes on the natural, knows no 1 base all in. Safe and sound. Likewise, Oracle moving on the right hand side. Again, the purpose of the Stargate opener is to open up Oracle to get economic damage done. As the Oracle is going to be spotted, takes a couple of hits, takes a bit of damage, makes his way towards the main. Ooh, shield battery is late. Again, there was no probe scout. Late hallucination scout as well. And does get a couple of probe kills so far. 2 probes. Oh, getting to 3. And 3 probes go down. Not bad. Likewise, did we get the hallucination, by the way? We did. Okay, thankfully. Hallucination did get across the map. Got eyes on the expansion. Got eyes on the gateway follow-up as well. But now we have a second Oracle. Remember, 2 Oracles, a 1-shot probes. A shield battery is enough to defend a mineral line against 1 Oracle, but not against 2. 2 Oracles, they don't care about your shield batteries. So doubling away, double Oracle into the main, takes down even more probes. So far 7 in total. And Prome has been having a harder time keeping up. And back at home, Azura chilling. Azura almost up 10 workers, by the way. Jesus. Is just settling into his 2 bases, throwing down extra gateways, getting into Blink. Blink is going to be a little bit later here for Azura. The reason for this is because Azura opened up Stargate, so a lot of gas was invested into the Stargate, into the Oracles, less so into the Blink, into the Twilight Council. So faster Blink here for Prome. And we'll see if he can make use of it. I mean, it is faster, that is true, but only by a couple of seconds. Not the greatest Blink timing. We do have a gateway explosion on the way. 3 extra gateways, 2 already done. They're going to be 5 in total. This is quite committed here by Prome. Prome would otherwise expand and get a 3rd, but no, we see extra gateways. Prome, he may just commit into a 2-base all-in. That may just be all or nothing. We'll see if he throws down the 6th gateway. I believe 2-base saturation can sustain 6 gates. So we'll see what he goes for. Double Orc into the actual. Ooh, nothing to defend. Oh god, he's all in at this point. Prome, he's being forced all in as he's losing so many workers here. Takes down one of the Oracles, thankfully, finally. Takes down one, but it's going to be 12 probe kills in total. And again, he's got his 5-gate setup. Did I say 5? Yeah, there goes 6th gateway on the way, so he's going for a 2-base 6-gate all-in. A charge is in production here, so he can reinforce with Zealots. Did I say 6 gates here? We have another gateway across the map. 7-gate all-in. I know, down he finds it. He finds the all-in, he finds a proxy. Will depower. Snipes 1 Stalker already. Bleeds out to his own, so trades 1-to-1. Does trade. Saves Aces traps. The longer this goes on, the better it is for Azura. Likewise, better concave for the green Protoss. Nice wing control. Oh, Stasis goes off. Azura smells blood in the water. Is close to breaking as close to breaking Prome. Almost it down. Nice shield battery. Likewise, cutting back to another Stasis. Zella gets caught out. And again, the Stalkers are so low here for Prome. He's barely hanging on. The Zealots can actually change things though. That's going to be a lot of chargelets. Now collapsing the army, 1 Stalker goes down instantly. How about the Stasis? The Stasis connects once again. Takes care of all the Zealots. And from here, Azura is holding on. More shield bars are finishing. We need extra gateways, extra warp ins. Azura can only warp in 4 at a time. And nice one-shotting there from Prome. Takes down a good chunk of Stalkers, but he's also running out of steam. Like, again, as I mentioned before, the longer this goes on, the better it is for our green Protoss player. Extra gateways would be ideal. There we go. Now we have a couple of extra gateways finishing up. Just now finishing. And GG gets called. The writing is on the wall here. Prome has run out of steam. He just doesn't have enough left. And God, I keep on saying down. Azura will take game number 1. Whew. GG. Really impressive play there by Azura to be able to get early game damage. The Oracle harass, the Oracle control was on point for Azura, and Prome was forced all in. 12 drones had, or 12 probes had gone down throughout the course of that game, and of course the proxy was found as well, so everything was just falling apart there. Azura just all over Prome. GG. GG well played. Now, a big part of the success of Azura here was the fact that Prome didn't scout. Prome, he did not probe scout early on, so he wasn't able to punish the more greedy economic build of his opponent. Well, not just that, but he also, because he didn't scout, he didn't know it was a Stargate opener until much later, until he saw the Oracle itself, so he was also underprepared for the Oracles. It was something that he just wasn't quite ready for, and GG. GG well played. With that, Azura does take a 1-0 lead, and now we're getting into game numero 2. Let's go. Show me the game 2, and we'll see if we can fight back and force the ace match, or if the game ends here and now. Or the series ends here and now. Here we go. Oh no. Now there are two of them. This is this is getting out of hand, papi. Hey. This does not look pro-menacing. Ah. Oh no. Not like this. I don't see. I see two ice times in the chat. But here we go. We're getting into as we have changed colors here, but we are getting into a game number 2 this morning in the bottom left corner of Tokamak. We have our Italian Protoss player, the green Protoss representing Bing Bong Exports. It is Azura. And this morning in the top right hand corner, we have the South Green Protoss player, the red, no longer teal Protoss. For among S2 people, it is Prome. Yeah. Here we go. Alright, settling in. And this time, hey, Probe Scout, let's go. Remember, last game Prome, he did not send out a single scout across the map. This time, the Probe Scout is upon us. This time he's ready. This Prome does move out across the map. Let's go. As we do have our 2-gate opener out of Prome. Meanwhile, once again, Azura, same opener. Gate, Cyber, Expand here. So Azura is going to be cutting corners, is going for a faster expansion, and Prome has the option to all in. My eyes are on Prome here. Where are we headed? What's going on? As Prome's probe is being active, but it looks like actually, yep, there we go, is skirting around the edge of the map. It does go for the proxy here on the right hand side and is setting up for a 1-base all in. Now, we did mention this in the last game, how the build of Azura is very greedy. Oh god, is very greedy. Gate, Cyber, Expand before the Stargate. Fun fact, this is a greedier build than last game. Last game, it was a Stargate before Nexus. This time, Nexus before Stargate. So, much greedier variation. And because Prome didn't Probe Scout last game, he didn't have the option to all in. Now he does. He Probe Scouts, proxy gateway across the map. Meanwhile, Azura does scout, does confirm, and responds with a Robo opener. This is a very, very safe way to play, a very defensive setup here, and I'm that much more concerned as a result. Oh boy, concerned for Prome, I mean, as Azura is very well set up here to defend. Shield batteries are on the way already, and again, with this Robo, Immortal Productions on the horizon. Time is on Azura's side. Prome has to end the game quick. Let's end it quick here. He has 2 gateways back at home, 2 across the map. It's going to be a 4-gate, 1-base all in. Remember, no blink. These are going to be vanilla stalkers here for Prome. Already picking forward. Does poke. Force fields can shut him down. Has to respect the force fields. As that first immortal's halfway done. Almost there. Here come the reinforcements. Here we go. Prome up to 8 stalkers. That's a lot of stalkers. And Azura's going to have to be heavily reliant on those force fields. So it does lock down the army. It doesn't cut it in half. Sentry's going to be going down. Gets 1, 2 sentries. Immortal gets some damage. Boys are being pulled. The army is going to be trapped. The Immortal doing so much here. Takes down so many stalkers. Force a recall. Can he get 1 more? He can. 2 more, actually. Only 2 stalkers recall back home. And Prome, the all-in, is being shut down. But what do we go for? The gold base or the hybrid expansion. That's crazy. Prome is expanding. Is no longer all in. But is still quite committed. Meanwhile, Azura heavily mining on 2 bases. Now, even though Azura's base is normal, is standard, even though the base is a little bit less valuable than that of Prome, it's already mining. That's what's important. It's already up and running. It's already mining. He's already benefiting from the expansion. Oh. As we do try to lock down the army. Oh, the Prism, let's go! Prism comes in, does save the initial units. Yeah, Stalkers are saved. Azura once again takes the fight. And Mortals, they break out. And I appreciate it if Azura isn't too, I mean, I was going to say isn't too passive. For all Azura knows, there's no expansion, right? For all he knows, the all-in is continuing. He does have a probe across the map. He sees there is no expansion, so there's no pressure on Azura to move out. We know otherwise, right? We know otherwise. Hallucination does move out across the map, and Azura is rallied to the gold. And does check, does confirm. Now that he sees the gold base, now he knows he can be active. Now he knows he can break out and try to fight this army and break the expansion. Let's make sure he doesn't lose that prism. Guy's army is revealed. We do see Azura only fighting with half his army. The Immortal's exposed. At this Immortal, it's going to go down. Massive pick off. That's not worth it for Azura. Azura losing so much supply here. Yeah, big misstep from Azura. Losing out, what, 4 or 5 Stalkers and Immortal as well. That should not have happened. And now Azura's in trouble. He's down to 2 Immortals. He doesn't really have much support for his army either. Prome, he wants that Immortal. Nice control. Does save it. Saves the Immortal, pulls away. Prome once again diving in. Once again does not get the Immortal. The punish is real. Yeah, better fight here for Azura. A very necessary fight as well. As he does out-trade his opponent. Meanwhile, Prome getting fully saturated. Saturated. More gates on the way. Economically, I would say that the players are even. Azura, thanks to the gold minerals, he is recovering and he is keeping up. Of course, there is an observer over this, but so far Azura just hasn't had the room here to peel off a couple of units. But here we go, 2 adepts are coming in. The proxy pylon. Okay, let's go. Adepts have arrived. Getting 1, 2, 3 probes. 3 worker kills, not bad. Likewise, 2 more adepts shading in towards the main. They do get in. And Prome getting pulled apart here. Probes are pulling left and right. Getting another 3 worker kills, at least another 3. Getting 4. And Prome is racing back. He's racing back home. Now, upon seeing this army, now Azura, there we go. Now Azura knows he can break out, and now he can clean up this proxy. He knows the army's out of position. His Prome is back at home. And now he can clean this up. More forces back. And Prome is in a really rough position here. We can see that Prome is working towards the Twilight Council in towards Blink. It is going to be a really, really rough position here for Prome though. As he's supply blocked even, just now breaking out. DT Shirley referring to Prome, remember it was a robot opener. So with the robot opener, I mean there's already an observer, right? The detection is not an issue here for Azura. As Azura is moving in. And with 4 Immortals, yeah, Azura he's gonna take this. He's gonna take this fight. Force fields will slow him down. Pylon gets found. And Azura going for the kill, going for the throat. Does move in. Up, Blink's on the army. Blink is now done. GG gets called, and Azura will overwhelm. Will take the series 2-0. Will advance on to the round 16. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Congratulations. Azura will claim the series. Very strong performance here by Azura. Prome, he was holding his own, and again, in game number 2 at least, he was able to scout, able to probe scout to confirm what was going on, respond with the all-in. but Azura did confirm. Remember, in game 1, Azura was also playing very safe. Azura also scattered with the Zealots, even though there was no proxy in game 1. Game 2, Azura scattered with his probe. He did find the proxy, and as a result, he could respond, not with the Stargate, with a Robo. A Robo opener is just a very safe way to play PvP, just because of the early Immortal production and the early War Prism as well for early micro potential. So GG, really well done there by Azura. There were a couple of missteps, specifically when it came to him moving out to try to cancel or deny the proxy the first time. That's when he lost 4 Stalkers and 2 or 3 Sentries. That was a big loss for Azura. But if you remember, right after that, Prome took a rough fight, pushing into the natural when he pushed into when he pushed into 2 Immortals. When he pushed into 2 Immortals, he bled out little Stalkers, and he also lost that fight. So there was a bit of a give and take going on there, back and forth. Regardless, GG. GG well played. With that, Azura will claim the series, and we already have his next opponents, but let's catch up on the bracket. Let's go! Exclamation mark, be in the chat to have a look back yourselves.